There we go. Think we are live. Think we are live indeed. That's a weird stream today. That's cool. How is everybody? Perfect. I have all the colors I need almost in one section of my collection of colors. And I have to wait a little bit to see if everybody has been coming, isn't it? I'm starting in a moment, yeah. I'm just making sure that everything works. The music at the right volume. Yeah, I know. Right for you. Another. Okay, cool. Right. I think that maybe we can start. Alright, today we're painting this fella here. The which is a Rumble miniature and a World of Warcraft character with his Bloodmage Thalnos, sorry. I already have painted one. So I have at least a color scheme to replicate. Yeah, he's one of my favorite miniature, Beanie. How are you doing? So we are going to start with doing the cloak and the armor. Hey, Murari. So the cloak is going to be the main thing that we're doing because it's the one that is the most expensive and also costs the chest armor, as you can see. So now, let's see if I remember how to paint. Shall we? Right. First of all, I need some colors. I have one of my 2 bags of colors, which is the following. I don't know if you can see. This is a half of my collection of paints. It's 108 colors. Fortunately, most of the colors is in this bag. But of course, all my colors are coded in gradient, because otherwise they're gonna mental. I use a brand called Army Painter. Yeah, Susie. And this is the paint I'm gonna be using. War Paints Fanatic is a new brand of Army Painter paints. They are designed for a 1 coat only. So you shouldn't be going back on the same color twice with this. And we start with a dragon red, so because the cloak is kinda nice and dark red usually. Hey, Sleeps. Welcome in, everybody. So we're gonna start with this cloak and the armor. As you can see, the chest piece of the armor needs the same type of color. Right, so we need a brush. These are 5 brushes. Oops. And we're gonna start. What is this one? The regiment brush. Yeah, let's go for this one. So Army Painter also does brushes, as you can see. The cool thing about these brushes is that you can see from the bottom they are triangular shape, which makes using them much easier instead of the round one, because you basically use them as a pencil, like a pencil, and it work very well for the grip. Inside this brush. Okay. So the good thing about the Army Painter as well is that they contain each bottle a little ball bearing, which helps them agitate the color and mixing them. Amazing. What you see here is what we called a wet palette. Is this thing here. What this is basically nothing less than a sponge on the bottom that is being wet with water, and a piece of like I would say non-stick paper on top, so you can mix your colors on here and the color stays wet longer, so instead of getting dried up all the time. So we start here in a corner. Nice and bright red. We don't need much color. And we shall begin. See if it's in the camera focus very well. Okay, and we start. As you can see, the color immediately covers in a very nice way. We make sure that we cover nicely every part of the cloak. We do first the back of it, then we go for the sides, and we go for the front. Okay. Has anybody in chat ever painted anything? I know Vinny has done, and he's doing. Okay. Oh. Order. Sides. Nice and chunky. Okay, it really looks great. Okay, let's go closer to the actual armor. It's completely red. Yes. Yeah. I love these colors. They are so easy to use. There we go. Keep covering. Don't worry if you touch other part of the miniature, because you're gonna be covering with darker color anyway afterwards. Recess. Okay, and now we moved, as you can see, maybe a little bit here more. There we go. It's pretty much covered now. Hey, Claw! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Painting. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, hey. We are painting Archmage Thalnos today. We're painting this guy. Yeah. Painting this guy. This is the one we're painting today. It is a Warcraft Rumble miniature. I already made one ages ago. So now I'm doing a new one. And when this one is going to be done, I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway for this one to see if who wins it, and I'll be shipping it to them. So we started already a little bit with the cloak currently. The nice red. I'm using this brand of paints. It's War Paint Fanatic from Army Painter, and it's the Dragon Red. Murari, I believe it is one team, one person, one team. You can ask the question in chat, and maybe they can give you a different answer on that. But ask away. Right. So, has anybody ever painted in here in chat? Let me know if you did and what you did paint. And please feel free to ask any questions about the painting. What am I doing? What tools am I using? I want this to be as informative as possible for you guys. Many years ago, and I was to do with a cartoon called The Animals of Parting Wood. Oh, thank you, Tini. Are you seeing how nice these paints are, Vinny? How quickly they cover surfaces without having to go back and forth 20 times on the same color. is missing here. This. Okay. And now we go and finish off. So the cloak, as you can see, is basically done. Back and forth. There's probably some dots that I need to go back, clean up. So now we do the cloak around his skull, and then we go for the chest armor piece, all in red. It's such a pleasure to use as a type of paint because it coats so very well and dries pretty quickly as well. Okay. I think that the cloak is basically done. So as you can see, there's a little bit, yeah. Yeah, closed computer is still in one piece, I believe, Manny. Hey, Manny. There we go. So cloak is done. There's some bits and bobs, like, you know, little dots of white that I still need to cover. And now we move hello, Pixel Boy toy. Thanks, Manny. Now we go for the cloak. For the chest piece, sorry. Okay. I think I might need some smaller brush soon. Okay, going under and over. Trying to find the right angle. Okay. And now I just need to go under here. And behind. And now we just do the border over here. There we go. That's the skeleton. So we just do a little bit over here. No problem, Vinny. Enjoy your food. Okay, little bit inside here. Okay. Seems that the part of in red are basically sorted. It looks like also that the cloak itself might be even dry now. Need to adjust a couple of bits in here. Okay, enough the brush. Right, and now we wait a little bit till everything dries. So how is everybody doing today? I'm happy that you are tuning in for a bit of a different stream today. In the meantime, I'm gonna find the next color. That was you. Alien purple. Let me see. Yeah, I think alien purple is probably close enough. Next one. Yeah, definitely alien purple then. Yeah, alien purple. So we're gonna leave a little bit the cloak on its own for now. And we are going to get another brush. Not this. I think I'm gonna go for this. Eating your own brushes is something that every painter has done in his life, so make sure that they have a shape good enough. Bit of paint that never killed anybody yet. I nearly drunk my water that I clean up with. Yeah, but then you read the stream title, man. Yeah, it's I'm painting this one for a second time because this is the first one I ever painted. It's from Warcraft Rumble. So even if I'm not playing World of Warcraft or Warcraft related games, I'm still, you know, still hinting at World of Warcraft in some ways. Quick trivia question. Where do you encounter this creature in World of Warcraft? Let's see who quickly reply to this one. You have no idea. I'm sure you killed him numerous amount of times. Archmage Thalnos. Where do you encounter this guy? He's an undead. Anybody? Nope. It's a dungeon boss in a vanilla dungeon that was divided in 4 parts. Michelle is looking at me puzzled. It was in Scarlet Monastery. After you clear the graveyard, you go inside the church at the end of the graveyard, there's a church you go down, and the Archmage Thalnos, Bloodmage Thalnos is there. Damn, that was so slow. Yeah. Right. Let's do this purple. Let's see how it is. Yes. Okay, for this color, we are going for the pauldrons, the wrists, and the belt piece, the pattern here of the belt. Also, we're going to do the main part of the gem of the staff. Quite a bit on this one. I can't abandon WoW, pal. Wow, man, really? Sorry guys, but I need to just aim in the right direction. Okay. That purple color makes me think of Shockwave. Yeah. Good. Yeah, we did. Okay, so now I need to go sneak inside. Yes, we did take it. We get the ticket. We also booked already the hotel. Okay, it looks good. Okay. What? Oh, another one that doesn't know anything about WoW lore. It's a Rumble miniature from Archmage Thalnos. The Bloodmage Thalnos, not Archmage. Bloodmage Thalnos from Scarlet Monastery. Everybody here needs a lesson in lore. Have you ever painted anything, Senzu? I think I need a different book. I think I can't read it. Let's go for this one, tiny one. Just ramen means with citadel paint. Yeah. You painted D&D dog. Yep, you did. These are the best paints. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't have much detail, so you can easy paint them much easier. Not easier to paint, but they paint it easier. You paint color by number, Grey Lion. But somebody has to start somewhere, isn't he? Good so far. I painted Easter eggs, maybe that counts. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So unless the painting by number has more than has only 4 colors to paint, you're fine. Isn't he as a tank? Painting by color, tank edition. How many colors? 4. I actually need some light closer to me. Am I mute? I touched by accident, sorry. Hey, Grey Lion, yeah. I touched by accident my microphone here when I moved the light. Thank you for reminding me. How are you doing, Leonix? All good here, thank you. When you are painting, do you put a sealant on the computer? I usually don't. The reason why I don't usually do it is because sometimes the sealant or the varnish at the end, they alter not only the texture of the miniature, making it like too shiny, but they can still chip away and crack the paint. So I would rather not. And if I have to adjust my miniature because there is something to fix on it, I just go back with the paint. I don't like sealant myself. Well, they're not very cheap now, because now army paint is rising as mainstream painting. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm gonna read in a moment when I finish these details here. Okay. Getting there. You have a DDI team name now? Time to dojo! Wonderful! So as you can see, I'm using these paints now, Senzu. At the moment, these are the two colors I've been using. They are from the new line Warpaint Fanatic. Because I'm gonna show you something. This is only half of my paints. Oops. In the disaster, 1 second. This goes here. This is half of them. I have another bag full of them, like this. Yeah, well, unfortunately the light doesn't reach me. Well, there are two coffins of paints that are the same size. The full set to the public, so as a customer, cost £650. But there are 216 colors in it, including metallic, inks, and so on. Of course, I didn't pay for that much, because I ordered through my shop. I think one of the little perks, you know. No, exactly, but so I am in love with these paints, Senzu, because the Fanatic range that they just released, I believe they released it in May last year, they have changed the pigmentations. So what happens is now these paints are all a one coat painting, which means that you don't have to go back because you can still see the color below. So if you, for example, spray coated in white and you go for a yellow, usually what happens is that you can still see the white going through the yellow, and you have to go multiple times to just make sure that there is no white coming through. With this range, you only need one coat. They are just amazing. Yeah, basically, yes. Let's see if I did all of it. Little bit here. Ah, I still need to do the... Little bit, yeah. Of course, still the inside of this border. So, for example, Senzu, this red here is just one coat. And you can see that there is no trace of the white spray coat that I used. Isn't it? Okay, now we go for the belt. Oh yeah, it's not thick. It's very thin. I don't put a lot of color. It's not thick, and it layers perfectly. Unfortunately, this has a little bit of an awkward positioning for the things to paint, so I have to manhandle the model. Okay. All right. Need to still do a little bit of details here and back. Okay. So far, so good. Bit over here as well. Okay. Wonderful. So far is very basic base coating with flat colors and such. We're gonna be doing trimming afterwards. So last bit that I'm gonna be doing in purple is gonna be the first layer of this gem here. Okay. When this one is drying, Senzo, I'm gonna show you another finished model that I did with a new range. There we go. It's taking shape. There we go. I'm gonna show you another model that I made with these paints. Actually, while everything dries, I can show you more models that I painted. Bear with me. So, this is another model I painted with a new range. There you go. This is General Drakisaf. One of my favorite. Then we have this fella here. An Ogre Magi. Magi. Hey, Mysticore. Then, just for Jelky, I have... no, I don't have any rubber painted here, unfortunately. There you go. Alliance Footman for Jelky. There you go. Yeah, Grey Lion, I know. Then what we have? Yeah, I have... this one is very familiar to Alionics. Yeah, I did gold paint for the lion head, yes. There you go. Thank you, Misty. It's a whelp. No, you cannot buy, unfortunately, but I will be doing giveaways. I can't sell them, technically, because it's... even though Blizzard has made the files available, they're still under copyright protection, so technically speaking, I can't really sell them. There are ways around, but I can't sell them. But I'm gonna be doing giveaways for these paints, because I also have things like Merc Eye, that I still need to... It's spray painted. I have the Horde Grunter. But for example, still to be spray painted, for example, let me see what I have here. I have a very young Jaina. Jaina, we have. Then we have... I think she's Hagra, one of the Krillbor bosses. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna put it closer to the camera. Hagra. If you're familiar with the Rumble, you're very recognizing all these characters. What else do I have? I have one of the most hated monster in WoW. The Harpy. Jelky, you know that I have still access to my keyboard for time you out, right? Yeah, these are the ones I currently have here with me. Right. I think that the colors have dried up a little bit. So what we can do right now with this is that I'm going to find a different tone of purple, because as you can see here, the hands have like a sort of glow. So what I'm going to be doing for the hands, I'm going to be going for very on a different, like more like violet type of thing, and then I'm going to be starting the glow from the bottom of the hand going up, so it creates like a sort of internal glow on the miniature. And I'm going to be doing the same for the kneecaps, as you can see here. Kneecaps are exposed. Right, so for that, I think we are going to go for a spellbound fuchsia, whatever you want to call it. Fuchsia. Yeah. So on this, we just open up and squeeze bottle a little bit of the color. Okay, and let's go for the hands now. Let's dilute a little bit the color so it spreads better. There we go. As I said I think I was talking to Murari earlier, these miniatures are perfect for people that have worries about not having steady hands enough or good eyes or anything, because being this big, most of them at least, makes easier to cover with the color. And not only that, the fact that they don't be coming from a cartoon style graphics, they don't tend to have fine, realistic details. So most of the time, this is just basic color coating on surfaces. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look how big Thalnos is. This is my hand. Or even better, that's it. That's a mouse. This is quite a big figure. Also, don't forget one thing. They don't have to be absolutely perfect for you to enjoy. You can just enjoy the concept of painting, and you just sit down, have a cup of tea, paint something. If it turns out good, good. If it doesn't turn out good, still good. You're relaxed. If you're not absolutely perfect, I failed. Well, that's one of the issues that many painters have when they decide to paint Warhammer miniatures in general, is that unless it's perfect, we failed. Wochi will never forgive me. Well, I forgive you. And you can clip this money as a receipt. Everyone will laugh at you. Well, nah. Also, the rest of it, Mystic Horror, is just practice, to be honest. As I said, it's not even about the steady ends or not, because, yeah, that's what I was saying to Murai. There are ways in which you can, like, having miniatures that stays on top of like a miniature holder that you can also clamp to the table, so you don't have to hold the miniature itself. And you can just paint the miniature while the table holds it for you. Thank you, Murari. That's the best part of it. You just chill. And also, you will excuse me if sometimes I go silent, but because I'm an old man, so sometimes I still need to aim where I'm heading with the bush, because my eyes are not the ones I had when I started painting. Sometimes I still miss. Well, okay. By the way, how is the setup? How is the quality of the stream in terms of viewer perspective? Because, of course, this is just a first trial, a first stream. Okay. That's good. Probably have to move miniature a little bit more in camera. There we go. Okay, the kneecaps now. Okay. Right, after this, I think I need to go for the spine. There. So at the moment, it looks like I did a slap chop job on these, but it will make sense after I layer even more. Okay. Right. So as you can see now, the hands good. Can see everything you're doing. Good, good. Okay. So after this, I need also to find a nice brown, which I probably have. Oh, these are skin colors, so I need to open the other bag, I think. All right. Let's open the other bag. I'm gonna swap around. So you saw my first bag. This is gonna be the second bag with all the rest of the colors. Oh, there. As you can see. Right, I need a brown for leather. Oh, leather brown. There you go. Stop making us jelly. Well, you tune in into the stream. Unfortunately, you're gonna see my gears. Welcome back. Right, let's go for brown. Bit more liquid than the other. Okay. So many innuendos. I'm not noticing it. Okay. Wow. I'm here for vaporware colors on WoW minis. Well, one day, definitely. For this one, so the brown is gonna be for the boots and the bits here of the armor, the belt piece of Thalnos. I'm gonna go. Okay, well, I can use probably this one. Yeah. Okay. Around. Thank you again, Claw, for the raid, by the way. It's very much appreciated. Okay, it looks okay. That's actually, I discovered that is a piece of bone poking out. And that's also a piece of bone poking out here. So I'm gonna have to go back with the previous color and do the... Now we go for the boots. The boots. There we go. Bring all the bits here. This doesn't. This part here is basically not that precise because there's a large surface that is not touched by anything else, so can go a little bit more heavy-handed on this side. Once all this part is done, the fun procedure will start, because now then, even though we're talking about a cartoon style of miniature, I still want to provide a bit of like shadows and light on this. So you will see that some part of this miniature will come a little bit more alive. Because at the moment it's just purely base coating with base colors. Everything. Okay. Now we let the brown dry up a little bit. While I try to find the next color. Because what I want to start using after this is I'm gonna be starting to go on some of the surfaces with some ink. So there's a big difference to that to think about when you're talking about colors and layers. Base colors or layer colors are like thicker colors usually, and they used to be covering the entirety of the miniature. But sometimes you just need a little bit of a oomph for your color design. So what you use what is an ink or a wash, sometimes it's called as well as that. They are very liquid paints. Mostly like inks, literally, like the ones you use in a fountain pen. And they spread on the miniature in a way that it's gonna be going in recesses and creating shadows where they are deeper. So I'm gonna try to see, because I didn't check yet my range here to see if I have inks that are useful for this situation. Otherwise I will have to... Ooh, okay, I like this. Do I have a red tone? Blue tone, military, green, orange, red tone. There we go. we do have two washes here, a red and a purple. And now we're gonna be seeing how they actually interact with the miniature. So the red one, we are gonna be using it for the back of the cloak, because at the moment here, as you can see, there are waves in the cloak. But at the same time, it's quite flat. There's not much going on in there. So as also you can see how quickly it pours out of the bottle and how loose it can be. As you can see, it's a completely different beast. It's very much liquid pigment. This is the red. Okay. I never tried this one, so let's see how it goes. Maybe we can water it down a little bit more. Okay, and what we do is we pass it on the cloak. It feels like it's probably doing nothing, and it's literally washing the miniature. But at the same time, it's gonna be going inside the recess and creating an effect. I don't know if you can see it already, of dark shadows. I don't know if it can be seen. Yeah. I probably can get it. The camera and the lights probably is not gonna be enough here to show you. But believe me, it is there. And of course you can do it more or less. Can have more intense or not, and especially you can go straight into the recess and the color will sit there and then will dry. There we go. As you can see, especially here, it's starting to come alive on this segment here. I'm putting now more color, like this. I am not that good, but I can explain some things. Huh? But as you can see now, it's starting now to sit in the recesses. And it's gonna be drawing like this, creating natural pockets of shadow. So I'm gonna move to the front, and I'm gonna do the same on the armor. And on the drape here, around the neck. Okay. As you can see now, it's getting there. Okay. After we do this, I think we can do the bone. So for the bone, the purple bone, we're gonna go for the purple tone. Oh, wow, this is very dark as well. This is dark here. Let me see when I pull it. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice color. Okay, so you will see what happens here with the hands. Look now. As you can see, look, it goes between the fingers. Look. Hey, you. I can read, you know. Okay. Now we go for the knees. Doesn't have again to be precise. There we go. Look at now the different effect on the bones, on the hands and on the knees. Now we're gonna do probably the most difficult part of this whole miniature. And I know that my brain is gonna be trying to fight it. Right, so as you can see by the original that I made, the armor in purple all have a lighter trim all around. So this is where the steady hands unfortunately come. So I need to go around with a lighter color all on the trims to create this double color effect. And for this reason, I need a very tiny brush. Which one I get? Probably this. Yeah. There we go. This brush here, as you can see, very fine. Look at how it's drying up the back, little by little. Right. For this one, we're going to go for a hexed violet. Okay, that's a nice color. Right. Look. It. Camera's here. There we go. And now we do the bottom one. There we go. That's the first shoulder pad. Second, I correct this. First shoulder pad. Now we go for the wrist. Okay. Sorry for the silence, guy, but as I said earlier, I need to concentrate when I'm drawing lines. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can see it from here. One side is done. Tilting a little bit more so you can see. Now we move to the other shoulder pad. Okay. Oh, I think they're pretty straight lines, all considering. Okay. And if you do any error or mistakes like I did here, I can always go back with the same red and correct it after. You see that there is a color going on the cloak. You can just correct it afterwards. Okay, and now... Yeah, I need to finish this here. Now we do the last bit of the braces. Okay. And the other shoulder done. And braces are done as well. So next is the belt. All around the edge. Once again, if you did like I did here, a little bit too much on side the belt, you can always go back and fix it. I did a mess there, for example, so I'll fix it after. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna go back with the other colors and correct the mistake I made. The first mistake I can actually correct, because I already have here the color, is the red. So as you can see here, there's a bit of splurge for the red. And my color is still wet, so I'm gonna go around and tidy up the edges. There we go. And fixing also these edges here. didn't do earlier. Right, how does it look, people? So since we are tidying up everything, let's go back and take our alien purple. Because that one I actually consumed it, so I'm gonna go here again for a little bit, not too much. And then loosen it up a little bit with water. So it's more spreadable. And we go inside the belt. Trying to restore the border between the lighter and the darker purple. Same thing on the other bits that I did a little bit too much. Okay. Oh, hello. I'm gonna try to fix it again on here. Okay. The base needs a little bit of sanding so it can fit better inside. We're just covering up now wherever with the lighter color I did a little bit too much of a line. Okay. Or that's it. Hey, Karosh. Okay. I'm tidying up all the loose end for this color here. Okay. Okay. That looks good. The camera. Now, Murai, if you're still there, and you're not in the ab jail, I'm gonna do another technique with a completely different brush. But I need to find the color first. Okay. So we did the cloak with a mix of dragon red, which is like a very, I would say, bright, dark, at the same time red. And this is the base of the cloak. We're gonna do what we call dry brush. So Dry brush means that you dip the brush into the color and then you dry it out so that there is basically almost no color on the brush itself, and you just do this movement on the figure that you want to paint, and it basically the lighter pigment will drop on the edges of a texture, creating like a sort of light spot. Bear with me, I'm gonna fetch kitchen paper. Kitchen paper. What we're doing is this is the brush I'm using. It might be familiar because it looks like one of the brushes that you can use as a makeup brush, but as you can see, like an amount of hair here, but you don't cover surfaces because you're gonna be doing there you go, you're gonna be doing this type of movement on the miniature. Okay, so let's do this. I have a separate place for these ones, for putting the color on this one. So, as you can see, hey Abby, there's a little bit of color. But I'm going to do this. I'm gonna be drying it on the paper. So look at the cloak now. We're doing this on the cloak with a bit more color, possibly. Okay. This is the first step on this. I'm gonna be using another one. At some point, you'll start to see that on the edges, the red is gonna start to pop up. I'm gonna actually get a different red, so I'm gonna put this pure red away because it's too similar. I'm gonna use this one. Right. This is a lighter red. Again, we are going to try it. And then we're going to be brushing. You go against the grain of the textures. And the colors start slowly to appear on just the edges. Can you see it, Murari? On the edges of the cloak. Then we're going to possibly get a different... Yeah, this is not the way. Let me put these colors back. I'm gonna take the other side of it. One sec. I think there might be another different red on there. Oh yeah. There we go. This is the correct side. Right. Right, we're using this color called Legendary Red. Okay, let's see if this one actually works now. Trying it up. Okay, you can start to see here, this bit here is lighter than the bit next to it. We go through the edges as well. And you can see now that the cloak is starting to get a different vibe. But we're not happy yet with this. So we're gonna go for one different, even more lighter. I didn't squeeze. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, this should be. Okay, look at it. At the bit here on the cloak. Can you see the difference now? Hmm? Is it good? Hey? Why are you putting two different... You put it... Okay. Yeah, exactly. There's more depth on the color here. I need to actually fix something because I saw that I did... Okay. Yeah, Michelle did just the same because one monitor is different setting than the others. So you're not gonna be seeing the colors in the same way. Yeah. There we go. I can do actually the same on a bit on the front over here, but not too much. So I'm gonna be using a different red for the top front. So the next step is we're gonna let this one dry. I'm gonna be finding the next color, which, surprise to no one, is gonna be the skull. So we're gonna go for... We're not gonna leave it in normal white because that's the white you can see here. The white you can see here for the skull is the same white of the spray paint that I coated with. So we're gonna go for an actual skeletal bone color. We're gonna get there. Leave it with me. What bits? Yeah. No. So we're gonna go for giving a base of bone. No, not with this. Stupid Alberto. One needs to be washed in a separate way. Yeah, it is. But we still start with this. Yeah. Okay. Right, so the skull is basically covered. So now let this one wait and dry. Meanwhile, we need to do the gem. The gem has a, as you can see here, has a shadow, not a shadow, a gradient that goes from dark purple to a top that is quite a bright one. So what we're gonna be doing here is gonna do something that we basically call as a gradient. So I use as a base the alien purple, but I also have here the spellbound fuchsia. With these two colors, we're gonna create a mixing. So we put them side by side. Next to each other. And what we're gonna be doing here is we do the tip with this color. Doesn't have to be precise, because don't forget this is a glow. Okay, so as you can see, there's a neat contrast between the two colors, but we don't want that, so we mix the two and we start to pull the color to the rest of the gem. So it's kind of mixing. And then, since the top is still not bright enough, we're gonna go again to the top and redo it. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna leave it dry for now. As you can see, there is like more color mixing on the side. I'm gonna correct some of the mistakes here. But you can see now that there is a start that is very bright, and it goes down mixing, and then it goes again dark at the bottom. So it looks like there is lining up on the top. The way we do the top is that we're gonna go completely bright, and we're gonna go for a very bright purple. Or very bright pink in this case. We go Pixie pink. So with this, we just go a little bit of a squeeze. And with a very fine brush, you just do we paint just the tip of it. There we go. And now when it dries, it will dry as a gradient. There we go. Gonna let it dry now. That stone. Now we go back to our skull. Brush. But we need nice white. Got it. Okay. Open. Yeah, this is just a little squeeze of this. Okay. Right. Okay. We are going to dry brush this white on the skull. Sorry guys, I need to keep it closer. Okay. So giving a little bit more dimension to the skull. Okay. Then, I'm not happy yet with this skull. I can find the color. This is an ink called sepia tone, like a brownish color. which of course is gonna give the impression of an old piece of bone. There we go. At the same time, with this ink, that is the purple ink, we fill in the orbits as you can see now. The orbits are now a dark purple, so we now let everything dry because what I've used so far is all very liquid, so we'll take a little bit to dry up. To chill a little bit at the moment. Sip a bit of coffee. How does it look, guys? Does it look good? I'm finding faults to fix. Yeah, sorry guys. There we go. As you can see now, probably I don't know if you can see it from here, but now the ink inside the orbits has occupied a recess around the pupil, creating a darker background for the eyes itself. Look, I'll pass it to my wife so she can see better here. Look at the eyes. Right. Now I need a very, very tiny brush. Probably this one. As you can see, look at how tiny this one is. There you go, Abby, the purple eyes you were asking. There you go. I don't know if you can see it, but I hope you do. Again, correcting arrows as I can see them. I keep seeing arrows. Oh, cool. Right. After this, we still need to do a few things to this miniature. We need to do the staff, which is going to be pretty easy. But we need to give a little bit more depth on the boots. So first of all, for the boots, let me put back paints that I'm not using currently. Did I use it back? Yeah, I need to put it back already. Let's see. There it is. We're gonna make the boots a little bit older than the ilk. So we're gonna be using a dark skin shade. Just a little bit. And we're just literally gonna brush it over the boots. And a bit of the skirt. This is the color. And as you can see already, the color is depositing itself on the recess of the leather. Okay. As you can see, look at the boots now. On the recesses of the boots, so there is a darker tones. Because the color goes in the recesses. As you can see, the lines are starting to get there. Oops. Go. And we'll leave it drying. Right, I need to find now a color for the stuff. Stuff has to be gray. Because in cartoon world, not everything that is strictly gray has to be gray. I did this one in gray, clearly. But we can probably do a little bit lighter as well. Let's okay. Gray castle, definitely not. Gray no. Gray no. Light. Light. Uniform grace. I'm gonna show you in a moment which color I picked. There's so many to choose from. Aha! Found it. What we'll be using is a wolf gray, which is a bluish gray. There we go. That's it. That's the effect I wanted. Sorry guys, I forget that I had to show in camera. Mistake will be made, so don't worry about that. Okay. Okay. And now we go for the tips. Okay, so this is gonna be probably the last part of this miniature. Okay. Okay. Oops. Okay, finishing off spikes. Okay, finishing the last details on this. There we go. That's the stuff done. Yeah, I need to just fix a little mistake because I went with the gray on the boots. So. And last, but very last, since the skull might be a little bit too dark, I'm going to go back with a little bit of white, dry brushing it on top of the skull to highlight a little bit more the eyebrows, the orbit, and some other details. There we go. Bloodmage Thalnos. One? Yeah, the tip. There you go. Good thing, people. The back. Hmm? Look. So what do you think, people? 2 hours. I'm gonna be posting pictures of this also on social media, so if you can't catch all the shapes and so on in here, you can just probably do it later on. I just spotted something that I need to fix. Dot purple in the eye. There we go. Touch purple. Touch wow. You can tell now. Look at the hands as well. Grand. Ah, that was cool. My hand is my testing ground for dry brush. Yeah. Exactly. What do you think, people? Do you like this type of streams then? Hey? Yeah. Ooh. With the next times, I'm gonna try as well to adjust a little bit of my setting, because at the moment it's very messy here. But I can fix it with adding probably a little bit of better lighting, because at the moment I have in my face a light, and it should be probably better if the light is on top of me rather than in front of me, because the moment I look at the chat in front of me, then I get blinded by the light, and then when I go back and check if I'm doing mistakes with colors, I can't see anything. For like a couple of seconds I'm completely blinded by the LED, and then can't see anything after. So this was a pilot stream, by the way, so I was gauging the interest if anybody likes this type of streams and so on, because of course it could be, and probably will be, the first of many streams like this. Back colors. Remember the order. I'm trying to remember the order in which I put them. Sorry, I am that wanted to be that precise. First, that. Next time is gonna be something different, but I'm gonna be deciding how to do the giveaway for this one once, of course, I finish also the color of the base, because the base is still not done, but I have to handle the base in a different way, so I can do that just as a finishing touch. But this Thalnos will be a giveaway. The mode of the giveaway will be announced as soon as I can. Oh dear me. And for those who didn't see, these are my other work. Next time, more than like, it's gonna be the Orc Grunt. It's pre-painted. People like this one as well, apparently. The lions. There we go. One is drying now. You can see. I think it went really well, this one. Hey! Bye. Right, guys. I am thanking you so much for tuning in today for this. And we are going to be raiding Finny. Bear with me when I find him. Far away from my keyboard, for my PC. Nice, Karosh. Gonna be raiding Vincent. He's playing Final Fantasy 1, I think. 2. Final Fantasy 2. There we go. Thank you so much for watching, people. And I'll be seeing you Wednesday. Bye-bye, everybody.